I stay in the darkness, man. You know, like
Yeah.
man. I'm saying. All right, let me get close to the light. Maybe it'll be better.
Bro, that's the
Well,
red light.
right.
I don't get to go
Is
to
that better?
That'll do, man. That'll do.
Nah,
It will do.
Yeah.
fine, actually.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live,
man.
man.
What's going on?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Listen,
We're live, yeah. Fuck it.
listen,
No.
lads. We're obviously you want to have like a quick debate about something, but obviously, how are you lot like getting on with your quarantine and how's your quarantine going?
Well, you man know I ain't quarantining, so I'll let Mytes.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Quarantine's easy. Like my quarantine's easy. Because
Might
remember,
say
I've been
that.
doing this for longer. Like, remember, my building was on fire, so I was working from home from time ago. Like, so I'm used to this. Yeah.
Oh shit!
So
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Bro. Fuck you know, yeah. Man's been in it. Man's been really in it. Then okay. But then Axe, obviously, Axe is working in the NHS people.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the unsung heroes. And that.
Yeah.
Oh, big up,
Cheers,
big up. I know. Get me stealing masks and that, but you know what I mean.
Nah. Stop all that fake
Only
news,
occasionally.
bro.
Only
Listen,
occasionally.
leave that fake news to Rex and another guy.
But I came out to say you might want to say in the podcast.
Let's get in the year for every mask he steals. Like,
Listen, did you not hear the story? Oh yeah, you man posted that story. That was crazy, man. A month for every mask you stole. But let me tell you something, man.
Friend, wait, give us the lowdown. Let's give us the lowdown.
Let me tell you something, though. But you know what? That guy's just a scapegoat for the terrible planning and of this government. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, just incompetence of Boris and those guys. I feel. No, bro, no, seriously. They're gonna use certain people, the small guys, as like scapegoats. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. So that guy took 3 masks probably for his family. You know what I mean? He didn't take 3 boxes. He weren't trying to sell it on eBay or whatever. Right. So for me, yeah, I don't mean to sidetrack too much and get too deep.
No, you're not sidetracking.
I just feel, yeah, Boris and them man are criminals, bruv. But anyway, that's another story.
No. I'll talk. Let me jump in as well. Like, obviously, my missus works for the NHS as well, innit? So
yeah,
she's on the front lines. They put her on a COVID ward. All of the man them, innit?
COVID ward. That's a mad move.
So,
but Rex, most of the wards are COVID wards. There's only a few wards that ain't COVID wards.
They shut down. They shut down her ward. They didn't give her the proper PPE.
Yeah.
They said that they can't wear scrubs anymore. They have to wear the uniform. Everything's gonna get contaminated. Like, at the end of the day, like, these men are criminals. They've got all of them
big time.
They have blood on their hands.
Massively, bro. And that's before you even get into about the ventilators. Bro, we ain't got enough ventilators. That's why so many people are dying every day. Like, if you compare our numbers to like Germany have got like double the cases of coronavirus, but a fifth of the deaths that we got. Explain that. It don't make no sense. So it's because England are just trying to do some next thing with the ventilators instead of getting with the companies in Europe that make the ventilators. They were trying to do some crazy shit. I don't know if you man have read about it, but they were trying to get Dyson to make the ventilators. Like, Dyson make Hoovers. Do you know what I'm saying?
But obviously, but they can still make something. Like, the person who invents Dyson can make ventilators, surely.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is replicate the top of the range ones.
Do you know what it is? It's because Dyson are one of the biggest donors to the Conservative Party. That's why. So it's a favor. That's what it is. But for me, in times.
But isn't that smart, though?
I told you that. No, leave the secrets.
But it's not smart, because in a time like this during the pandemic, you need to be getting these ventilators from the companies that have been making them for years. Why would you pay a company who's never made them before to make them? It don't make no sense.
I hear you, but you know what is that this thing no one's anticipated it, innit? Like to obviously go up like this. And the companies that make these ventilators probably didn't anticipate this. So for them to make so much ventilators for so many countries, it's a lot, man.
I know.
We've got to think outside the box in this situation, innit?
Let me jump in. Fabs, you sound like a Conservative Party member, innit? So
no. You know what it is, yeah. And you know what? Annoyingly, you know what it is? Annoyingly, someone said that to me the other day, but I don't think this has anything to do with Conservative Party or Labour Party or parties. I feel like this is just a world thing. This is just a normal thing. It has nothing to do with parties. I feel if any other leader was in this situation, it would be dealt with the same way. It's like 100%. Like you think if Jeremy was in this, he would deal with this better?
You know what?
I don't know.
You know, but Boris, Conservatives, they've cut NHS funding as it is. Like they were trying to sell NHS as it is. Like I know, but you need to think. No, let me finish this point. Well, no, but at the end of the day, you need to think about the strategic point of all of this. These men were bum licking America. America got rid of all of the people that were doing anything for pandemics. You need to think about the power plays these men are making and who they're trying to lay in bed with. And no. The right people.
You are correct. No, you are right on that. But even so, like, say if, for example, Labour got in December, yeah, like the damage to the NHS has been done. It wasn't going to take 2 months to fix that. Like, it wouldn't have been fixed in 2 months. So obviously, like, all of this stuff would have still have been happening. That's what I'm saying. It would have played out the same way, no matter the leader. So what I'm trying to say is that I know obviously it's like easy to just blame the person, but I feel like right now is that, you know, everything that's being done is being done for a reason, and like we always have to get clarity on the reason. Man are trying to get Dyson to do it because obviously you got to think outside the box. Like there's not enough ventilators, but look how many people are actually going into hospital for this thing. It's not a joke. They made a whole new hospital for this. So it's not a joke. Like, you get me?
Let me jump.
You can't just spring ventilators out of nowhere.
My conspiracy theory is Boris is pretending to have this sickness, innit? To just get away from all of this, innit? Like David Cameron dumped everything on Theresa May. My guy is doing everything just to get out of it. He doesn't want to lead the country. He's not a leader. At the end of the day, you don't know what he's doing. He's a buffoon. Like, you know what I mean?
Don't you remember after Brexit? Don't you remember he quit as like the Brexit leader? Don't you remember he was the guy that led the Brexit campaign, and then as soon as they won it, my guy resigned. What does that tell you about Boris?
No, I don't like Boris.
No, he's a fraud. He's a fraud.
Yeah, he's a fraud. He's a fraud. Like.
Proper fraud, bro.
Tell him, Mytes.
Proper fraud.
No, he is a fraud. Like, no, UK as a country, yeah, we're just like mad incompetent. Like, because look at the way, 100%. For example, let's take Hong Kong for example. Fam, they were prepared, you know, like because obviously they had SARS. They had SARS. Remember, they got it. They were one of the first countries to get the cases, but then they locked it off quick. Like, I know. From what my girl tells me is like so many people stayed over here to avoid Hong Kong, but then as soon as it hit here, they flew back because it was safer there. They flew back because it's safer.
It's true. And it's the same with Korea. It's the same with Japan. Those countries were way more prepared than us. You know what I mean?
Singapore. No, Singapore handled it proper. They proper handled it. Like
Did they put them on lockdown?
Yeah, everyone went on lockdown straight away.
But even places like Dubai, they were using drones to clean the streets. Like, they're using drones like to.
Let me tell you something. After this is all done, America and UK are going to be the laughing stock of the world, bruv. After this is all done, let me tell you, bruv. And it's going to show how incompetent us and America are.
But that's also not down to just the government though. That's down to us as well.
Yeah,
like, a lot. We're fucking babies, bruv.
Yeah, we as people like are actually like incompetent.
We're trying to find round the fucking
it's mixed messages, man. It's mixed messages.
I don't agree with that though. Personally, I don't think it's mixed messages.
Amanda, let me jump back out quickly. Yeah, I need to sort something. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Cool. In a bit. Love match. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be back. Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Say if the government said, "I'm gonna shoot you, man," or chop your man's hand off for going outside, what are you gonna do?
Like going outside. You man know my girl's back in Greece, yeah, and she's quarantined in her house. If she leaves her house and she's for 14 days, yeah, if she leaves her house before the 14 days, and they catch her, she gets a €5,000 fine. Yes, so that's Greece. So that's what I'm saying. Like the levels are different. The levels are different, bro. You got the Filipino president or prime minister, whatever, saying he's gonna shoot people on sight if they're outside their house.
Them man don't rape people though. Them man don't rape people.
I know. Obviously, that's going way too far, way too left. Obviously, but like this, what I'm saying is that a couple of weeks ago, Boris was saying that he was like, we should take it on the all his like the wording that he was talking about was we should take it on the chin. Like he was shaking hands with coronavirus patients. This was only 2 weeks ago. Man. So
wait.
Yeah.
What happened to herd immunity? What happened to herd immunity? You know.
That's what I'm saying. Herd immunity. This is what I'm saying.
They got rid of that. They got rid of that
in a week.
Yeah, they got rid of that within a week. Yeah. They were like, yeah.
You said that was chlamydia. If you said that was chlamydia, people knew.
You idiot. You're dumb, bro. No. No, but
it's saying, bro.
It's a whole madness, like, but obviously the only way we can like fully just get out of it, man, we just gotta. I think right now, like, the best thing to do is like the government people, they have the powers to do whatever. Like, so we gotta try and listen to whatever they're saying we need to do with effect in it, because people are still out and about, like trying to go to the park, trying to like congregate, like it's not helping the situation, isn't it? It's fucking all our shit up. Annoying.
Axe is one of them people.
No. Listen. Before any fake news gets out, let's cut that dead right now. Listen, as you might know, I'm working my fingers to the bone Monday to Friday at the hospital. Man went for a little walk in the park on Sunday.
That's frozen. There he is.
I was going for my 1 hour walk, not even 1 hour, less than 1 hour walk in the park, and I happened to see a friend of mine, and he had a football on him, So we stayed 2 meters apart. We stayed 2 meters apart. We stayed 2 meters apart from each other.
The ball wasn't 2 meters apart, was it? The ball was.
The ball. Bruv,
contact.
We didn't touch the ball, bruv. I didn't touch the ball, so I didn't have no contact with the ball. Only my trainer did. That was it, bro. So obviously, what am I to do? Am I to walk in the park? I don't want to know, and not say nothing. Like, obviously, was there for like about half an hour. That was it. Just kicking a ball 2 meters apart, just asking how are you and everything, and like how's everything going. And you know what I mean. The thing is, in the end of the day, I'm a human, you know what I mean, and I can't take that.
You can't help but kicking ball, man. I hear it too. You can't help but kicking ball, man.
Huh?
You can't help but kicking ball. I see it. I hear it.
That's if you know what it is. Let's say if I see a football, I gotta kick it. But listen, we're still within the obviously the like within the like sort of like the rules in terms of like only 2 people stay 2 meters apart from each other, so that's what we was doing. So, but like for me, like mental health is a big thing, man. And even if a half an hour conversation with someone 2 meters apart from them, it's important. You know what I mean? I'm not obviously that's completely different from people that are having barbecues and picnics and dancing. That's a whole nother like thing. You know what I mean? So,
park, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's nuts, bruv. But yeah, man, no, like obviously we wanted you to come on, obviously to especially to talk about this whole NHS thing. Like, what's going on in the hospital?
So like obviously, I'd say that in the last 3 weeks or so is obviously when shit's kind of hit the fan. A lot of like theaters and wards and stuff have been turned into ICUs, so intensive care units. A lot of staff have been moved from one place to another. You know what I mean? For example, the last 2 weeks, I had like 4 times my normal workload, for example. So it was crazy. But this week, I have to say that things have calmed down because people have kind of got used to the fact that we're in a crisis. You know what I mean? So although we're in a crisis, 2 weeks ago it was kind of shock and panic that was in a crisis. Whereas this week, I sense in the hospital a different kind of energy that people are thinking, you're okay, we're in a crisis, but let's stay calm and let's try and get through it the best we can. But listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like at least once a day, you'll be walking in the corridor and a body bag will go past you, bruv. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. That's what's happening. You know what I mean? It's you see it at least once a day. If you know what I mean, and that's how it is. That's what's happening, man. So I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, but I'd say that the staff, they're like I'm not even like I'm talking about like not even people like me, but the people like the nurses and the healthcare assistants and the doctors and stuff. Those guys, they're doing a madness, man. They're doing a real madness. Yeah, they're real heroes.
Would you say you need therapy after this?
Yeah, how's your mental health?
I needed therapy anyway. Do you know what I mean? The problem, the thing is, obviously, a lot of people even people who have been quarantined in their house for so long are probably going to have phobias about going outside and getting viruses and etc. etc. So a lot of people are going to be suffering and a lot of people are going to need help. The problem is something that's been even more cut than the NHS is like a part of the NHS is the mental health side of it. You know what I mean? That's been cut to ribbons. In fact, it's probably never had the investment it needs. You know what I mean? So that's probably not going to change. You know what I mean? So like my experience with trying to get like therapy and stuff years ago was that you go to your GP, you get put on a waiting list, and that's it. You get offered drugs if you want it. I never wanted it personally, but you get put on a waiting list, and it's a never-ending waiting list. And unless you're seen as a sort of a really urgent case, you won't get seen by a therapist. That's just how it is because there's too many people that need that help before you do. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is, man. So my therapy is talking to my friends, talking to my family. That's my therapy, man. And talking to my girl, that's my therapy. So yeah.
I agree with you there. I remember when I went to my GP and asked about getting counselling and whatnot, and they just gave me online websites and told me to go through it by myself. And then if I didn't go through it by myself, I would have to be offered drugs. And obviously, I'm not going to take the drugs. Those are a short-term solution.
The thing is, the problem is it can spiral. Drugs can spiral out of control. That's the thing. So you don't want to rely on it. That's the problem. You end up being reliant on these kind of drugs, and then it can really mess you up. And the side effects. That's before you even start talking about the side effects that it has on your body. So yeah, man, it's just.
And sometimes it's not even a long-term issue. Sometimes it's just something that you're going through now, and you need to talk about it now. Do you know what I mean? Like it could happen in the long run. Don't need drugs for that.
Yeah, my thing is more. I feel like personally, I'm just looking forward to normal life resuming. Things like football being back on the TV. Obviously, seeing you, man, being able to see my girl. You know what I mean? Seeing family. Those are the kind of things I'm looking forward to. That's my release in life. Going to the gym, man. This is like These are the basic things that we take for granted and think they will always be there. Until now, we've realized, you know what? Fuck, they're not always gonna be there. So, you know what I mean? So it's just a really unique situation that none of us could have ever been prepared for in our entire lives. You know what I mean? So
that's what I was gonna ask next. Like, what does everyone think life after this is gonna be like? Do you think it will be completely the same, or do you think there'll be quite a lot of changes?
I think it'll be a bit different. I think you'll see a lot more people, even after this is done, will invest in masks and be wearing masks. And hopefully another thing is that something that people shouldn't have needed in the first place is that hopefully everyone's going to be massively into hand hygiene and making sure their hands are clean. And which should have been the case in the first place, but we know a lot of people it wasn't. So I think those are some of the changes. My only worry is that people might become more distant because of this whole thing. And I think we're already in quite a distant society as it is, where I'm not religious, but the one thing I take from the Bible, one of the commandments, is love thy neighbor, and that's a big thing I feel we've lost in our society, and I feel that's gonna go out even further after this. You know what I mean? So that's the only one of the negatives I can see after this.
I can see everyone becoming a bit more digital. I can see the advantages of the digital world, but there's already disadvantages there. Everyone is already living on the digital world, living alternate reality. And I think that it's just going to heighten that. And obviously fresh air, interaction with people, social anxiety are going to be bigger things that are going to be impacting the world. So I think maybe as a people, we should just take more note in terms of going out and seeing our friends and doing little things. Like personally, I can't wait until we can just go for a little drink. Like,
tell me about it.
Like I miss it. Like little drink.
Yeah, I know.
Little
man.
Or just a little,
granted, isn't it?
Yeah, like a little music together.
I know,
and
man.
I miss all those things.
Yeah, I know.
So,
well,
I was thinking. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I think we should kind of take all the things that we miss and kind of act on them. I think we should kind of act on them. I think we should take advantage of the situation in terms of highlight everything that we've missed and trying to do them a bit more. So it's a kind of eye-opening experience in life. And that's me done.
100.
What about you, Rex?
I think after this, sorry, I was zoning out. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I think after this, I think after this, I think more people are gonna be. They're still gonna take the steps. They're gonna still do that 2 meter thing. They're gonna be less inclined to go to these social gatherings as well. We're not gonna see people flock into the clubs, raves, and whatever. Because Corona.
I think at the beginning you might. But
yeah,
then
we might do, but that's a dumb move. I won't be doing that because you got to think about that. There's still going to be Corona around. It's not going to be but it might be like one person in a club. You know what I mean? So it'll be dumb to do that. But I guess obviously we're gonna have to stay in contact. We're gonna have to start reaching out to people. But yeah, man, I missed a lot of stuff. Like just meeting the man, then doing whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm out of quarantine. I'll be there, but I'm not gonna be there. Like, do you know what I mean? Because obviously Corona's still around, man, and it's still killing people. So, do you know what I mean?
The other thing is, for me, there's certain things that will change, but there's certain things that won't change. For example, I wasn't with Matt going out. I love to socialize, but I was never a big nightclub person. So because of this coronavirus, I'm not gonna be like, oh, now I'm gonna hit up nightclubs. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But so it's not gonna change in terms of what I like to do. But what it might change is that it might make me want to do what I like to do more often. Do you know what I mean? So that's the kind of the main sort of thing for me is I just want to do the things that I like to do. That's obviously chilling with you, man, whether it's watching football, playing a bit of football, just chilling out, having a drink, wherever it is, golf, bowling, etc. I want to do those things more.
Don't get twisted, man.
Hey, listen, Rex. I want to see your swing, man. I want to see.
I've got a good swing on me, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
I'll see a swing.
Oh, this is Rex is whack.
Got a lot.
Have you seen me golf, bro? Have you seen me play golf?
Not yet, but
my hand eye is good. My hand eye is really good, bro. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
We'll see, bro.
This guy got gassed on a couple of 2 games of pool. Man thinks he's now. Man thinks he's.
Bro, I beat you at pool, though. I beat you at pool. Oh my god, bro. This guy, bro. I beat you at pool, like easy. Like it was easy as well. It wasn't hard. I didn't play for
beat me. I think it was a draw. I'm pretty sure it was a draw. I don't think he beat me.
Whoa. Hey, Luke, I beg you.
Luke, chime in, please. Luke, chime in. Was it not a draw, bro?
You drew me. Me and you drew on.
Is that what it was? Yeah? I can't recall.
Yo, Axe, it's so deep, yeah? Axe, it's so deep here that we were drawing and then we were about to leave, yeah? And I was like, no, I'll pay for everyone so I can fully win. And then I won. So like, so I'm confused. Like, yo,
I can't recall that play. I can't recall that in it. But if you say you won in it. I don't mind. But listen, I told you, man. Any sport, bring it. Like,
even in quarantine, Rex is so competitive. Even in quarantine, bro.
They know. It's not new. Nothing's new here, bro. Nothing's new. These man know. Like, I was competitive, Dan. That's me.
Yeah,
I'll get it done.
You're world class at being competitive, but you don't always win. I'm
not gonna lie, you can't win them all. You can't win them all, bro. You can't win them
all. You can't.
Like Fab said, he beat me up.
Can't catch them all either.
Huh?
Like Pokemon, you know? Pokemon.
Can't catch them all.
I'm just trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said
it. Don't worry about it.
Let me ask you, man, a question. Let me ask you, man, a question. Because I'm a guest on you, man's podcast. Because obviously Monday to Friday I'm going to work, and most of the time on the weekend I'm just exhausted, so I'm doing fuck all. But how are you? What are you, man, doing? The main things are you doing to keep yourself busy or to occupy yourself during the days? Because obviously when you're not going to work, when you ain't got that regular sort of rhythm and thing that you do in your life every day, the days can be quite long. So what are you, man, doing to stay active and stay busy?
See, with the government, they said to us to try to keep a minimum.
Wait, shout Rex. With the government, what are you doing? He asked you, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I was about to get to it, man. I'm about to get to it. So you gotta try to.
I don't hear you're bare nonsense, man.
I said with the government, they said so man goes to work. I'm at work. I'm working through the day, Monday to Friday, working to the day.
That's what he said. He said when you're not working.
Huh? When I'm not working, I'm exercising. I'm doing exercise. I go for walks. I might go for a drive even. And just eating, watching Netflix, doing all these documentaries. That's all I'm doing. Like, it's the same thing every day. Like, there's nothing new that's really changed. Huh?
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
That's fucking Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
I think she should ride in jail for killing her husband.
She fed her husband to the tigers.
Do you mind think she done it? Do you mind think she done it? Did she do it?
Yes, 100%.
Very possible.
100%.
100% did that.
It's a good way to do it.
Definitely did that.
It's a good way to do
It
it.
is still.
They're all fucked up. They're all fucked up, bro.
Trust me.
No, I've been literally, obviously, I've been off for about a month now because my mum was sick, so I had to quarantine for 14 days. And then after the 14 days, my work closed. They closed until further notice, so I've just been off. So the first 2 weeks it was a bit nuts, but I kind of given myself a little bit of a routine. So I've been reading, I try to read for half an hour to an hour. I'm learning Spanish.
Wow.
You get me? Trying to learn
Cuba.
Spanish. No?
Yeah.
See. And then literally obviously sometimes cooking and just playing PlayStation, exercising, going for drives, walks, like Rex said. Like literally just trying to keep busy, innit? Like that's all. As long as you keep busy, you'll be all right. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. You get through the day, innit? Day by day.
Yeah. That's it. What about you, Luke? That do lower, boy.
like my alcohol. It's got low. I've been sexting my girl. Rubbing my nipples.
Let's start with that.
Man started off with normal before Corona behavior.
Texting my girl, rubbing my nipples. After work.
Whoa. Sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Can I ask the question? You rub your nipples to sex text?
No, I was joking.
All right, cool.
I don't like my nipples getting touched. Like that. So if you want that information like that. But yeah. As I said, sexting my girl. No, I haven't been outside until today. I saw how beautiful it is outside. Summer has started. Quarantine needs to stop, but we need to do it for the benefit of everyone else. So you need to think about everyone. I'm gonna go clean my garden from tomorrow, so I can go out there and be topless and be out there living my life like the brother from what's the thing? Ozark, like the guy with the gas mask. I'm trying to live like him, butt naked, trying to live good. So you know, but not too much. Not too much.
I hear that still. Well, obviously it's good, man. Everyone's surviving, man. That's the main thing right now, and everyone's healthy. Everyone's healthy.
I hope your mum's doing much better now, Fabs, as well, bro.
She is, man. She's much better now.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
She said it was nuts, though. She said it was nuts. Like she said the chest pain and stuff like that was That's what I'm hearing. Like a lot of people say, the chest pain.
It's just like chest pain, fever, like problems, difficulty breathing, coughing. Like it's just the thing that the mad thing is just it's kind of normal symptoms of a flu, man. But it's just deadly. It's deadly. Like
deadly.
The flu can be deadly as well, but this is just on another level of contagiousness and like, and just it's just crazy, man. It's just you know what I mean. But I hope this passes over as soon as possible, man. I really do.
Well, Ax, before you go, before we let you go, because we're gonna finish up the pod and that, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a lot of questions. Yeah, everyone's here. Yeah. If you went to okay, cool. It's a hypothetical. Yeah. So just run with it. You go to your side thing's house. Yeah. Obviously, you just go there. Obviously, it's during lockdown. Yeah. It's during lockdown. Yeah. You go to your side thing's house. You go there, and then when you get there, obviously you beat it all that, and then after she says to you that she's got like you know what I mean, like she's got COVID, innit? Yeah, she's got young COVID. Yeah, you're like raw shit. Like what? Why didn't you tell me? Like what are you doing? Are you gonna quarantine with her or quarantine with your family at home? Like with your girl at home and your kids?
You're asking. Wait. You're asking a mad question.
Are you gonna quarantine with your side thing, or are you gonna go back home and quarantine with your wife and kids?
Wait. Let me say something. Let me add COVID or clam. Which one are you giving to your missus? Go.
Wait, what? What question is this? Wait, what?
COVID or clam? You got one from a thing. Which one are you giving to your missus? Go.
COVID,
yeah.
COVID, because that's the obvious answer, bro. I'm like, no, she's not gonna know where it came from. Touch.
Well, technically, the clap does go away in a week, so.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get away? She's gonna find out that you beat someone, bro. That's silly.
Social distancing, isn't it?
Huh? Let's wrap this up, man.
Cool. What would you do then? Are you quarantining with your side thing, or are you quarantining with your wife and kids at home?
It's selfish, but I'm quarantining with the wife and kids, fam. I ain't staying 14 days with the side thing, bro. Are you mad?
It's silly. That's silly though, bro. I can just go home and just quarantine. I just go home and
that's what I mean. I just come home with a mask. I'll just come home with a mask, innit? And just say, listen, don't disturb me. I'm staying in my room.
But you might give it to them though.
No, you won't, because I'm quarantined. I'm isolating. I'm self-isolating. So I'm gonna come home and say to my babes.
You're self-isolating at home with where they are.
Yeah, but listen. I can come home. I've got a story. I'll say, babes, someone in the office had COVID. Yeah. So now man's going home. I'm quarantining. I'm self-isolating.
Barry in the office.
You ain't seeing, man. Done.
Barry.
Barry was giving out the digestives, and I stupidly had one, didn't I? So I've got COVID-19. He's giving out the rich teas, isn't it? So.
Babe, you know I love Krispy Kremes, and Barry was giving out Krispy Kremes. I couldn't fucking resist. Oh shit! Alright, cool. What are you saying, Lee? What are you doing? Same thing.
Well, Mrs. or the side thing?
Yeah, wife and kids, or are you staying with the side thing?
Oh no, I'm not killing my wife and kids. If me and the side, if I got a side thing, me and the side.
You're lying.
I hear you.
So wait. We're gonna tell you about.
Wait, my legacy. No, I'm saying, if I had a side thing, and this is the question that was getting side thing or wife and kids, I'm killing the side thing. My wife and kids are staying alive. I need a legacy.
Man too. I'm trying to get a teardrop on his face. I hear that. I hear you, bro. Calm, bro. Fuck it. Listen, what you say about No, I'm saying no. Bless you. Thank you for coming on, man.
It's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure. I've been a big fan of the podcast. I've listened to every single episode. Fans since day dot. Big up the podcast. Big up all three of you, man. It's been a pleasure. God bless you.
One sec. Let me say one thing. Unlike you pussy old niggas that are friends as well that don't listen. Pussy-os.
Fuck it. Jesus. No, big up.
Listen, God bless all of you. Stay safe, all your families and that. And we will get through this, and we'll be sharing a Corona, but not the COVID-19. Corona, the cerveza, the beer. You know what I'm saying? So, boys, I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Salut.
Bless up, boys, in a bit. Bye.
Yo, okay. So, man, yeah, no, that was good still. But yeah, you don't want to talk about the thing, the Chip and Stormzy thing?
Yeah, cool. Let's go quickly.
Yeah,
we could.
Are you like? You like in a rush of time? Huh? What'd you say?
Go on, Lucky. Go on.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
What was that, sorry?
No, obviously, like, was it Stormzy and obviously Chip done the Waves tune, innit? Obviously continuing on before then man jumped in. Yeah, he done the Waves tune, and everyone's obviously saying that he was sending for Storms, and the whole thing now is like, can Stormzy kind of go up against Chip? You lot were saying the other day that it's quite straightforward, pretty much. Like, you lot saying that it's clean cut, like it's an easy thing for Chip. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think it's that clean cut, man. I don't think it's clean cut like that. Honestly, I don't.
It's hard. It's putting a sharp knife on the stove, then cutting the hard old bread. It's done. Chip wiping it clean. Clean cut. Flawless victory.
I don't know. I don't know how you're. I don't know how you're doing. I don't know how you're comparing this though.
Wait. Have you not? Chip is God of War, Kratos, killing them. What is Stormzy done? Kill the old Wiley. What's he doing?
He's fought what's in front of him.
You're stuttering right now.
No. He's fought what's in front of him though, and he demolished, man. He did what he had to do.
Old washed up Wiley that doesn't want beef.
No, but that's fine. That's fine though. But he done what was in front of him.
Chip like stew chicken, you know? That stew right there. Like, I know Stormzy's listening.
I
said you
that like stew chicken. What am I?
Chips used to that stew chicken. He's used to that stew, you know?
Chicken.
I know.
Anyway, listen. Chip fucking wipes Stormzy. Stormzy Chip's proven in this game. If he does diss tracks, he's proven. He's wiped out. He's came up against Bearman, Tiny, Young'un, fucking Bugsy. Bro, come on, man. He's done this. He's done this already.
Well, does that mean that he beat Stormzy though?
Yes.
Stormzy
had one rap beef, and that was with Wiley.
And he won, so he's undefeated.
No. He did all right against someone that's old. He's had his time. Wiley was never going to beat him.
No, we're not. We're not going to do that. He didn't do all right. He wiped him completely.
How so? How do you say he wiped him? How do you say he wiped him? He had a couple of he said a couple of things on the track. Like he didn't pen him down. Don't get you want pen him. If you listen, Lulu, 1 second. If you're comparing penning, listen to the way Chip penned down the people that I mentioned before, yeah? This is the way he penned them down. Why? Stormzy is never penning down Chip like that, ever.
Let me go after, please. Because you lot are against me. Wait. No, leave it. Let me go. You lot are against me, innit?
Let me jump in after.
Alright, cool. So, like, obviously what you're saying is true, but Chip has gone up against, like, people who can actually, like, they can rap. Like, no matter how you rate them, they can rap, innit, yeah? So, at the end of the day, like, Stormzy went up against, like, the supposed godfather, yeah, of grime, yeah? And he did wipe the floor with him. Sometimes you don't have to do a mad pen masterclass to wipe the floor with someone. Sometimes you just gotta do whatever it takes, and Stormzy did that. He didn't need to write something. He didn't need to do a lyrical marvel. Like, he didn't need to do that. He did what he needed to do. But with Chip, it wouldn't be. I don't think he would have that approach. I feel like he would definitely come a lot harder. Like, so I don't think it's that clean cut. You lot can't judge it the same, like, because he's only had one beef. And he's won it. So based on that, I think it's an even split. But anyway.
But the thing about the one beef that he had was against Wiley, yeah? Okay, cool. We can say he's the godfather of grime, but he's not shelling it down for for Chip in this day and age right now. Wiley's not doing that right now.
Nah, he's not.
Chip has gone against these man a number of years ago. So I think it was like 4 years ago when he had the beef with them man. But as well as he had that, and he showed it down repeatedly after diss track. Man was shelling it down. I showed you, man, in the group chat. When he does that, Chip marks a sickhead. Listen, if he does that and he shows it down with these man it goes against Stormzy. Listen, it's over really quickly. As well as yeah, we've heard Chip shell it down on even the Waves team. Wait, and he's not even dissing anyone. He's not dissing anyone. Them things there, when you listen to it the first time, you didn't clock it. None of us man clocked it. Facts. None of us man clocked it that you were sending for Stormzy, yeah? That was over the head things. When if Chip's going directly at you, listen. If I was rapper, if I was Stormzy, I don't want that smoke. No way. So I can't say that.
Let me jump in.
You're gonna show them fucking Storms.
So my guy, he had 3 men against him at once. He had Young'un, Tiny, and Bugsy. What?
I was 3 of them.
It wasn't at once. He had Storms. It was I think it was Bugsy. Then it went Tiny, and then he mentioned Young'un or something like that, and then it was one by one.
Let me get I'll give the chronicle note. So it was Tiny first. Tiny had a mixtape called I can't remember what it's called.
No, it's not. It weren't. It was Bugsy. It was Bugsy first, bro.
I swear it was Tiny.
No, it was Bugsy.
Bugsy beef was first.
That's when he did the thing with the whole BBK in the back. That's when he did the whole thing.
He addressed wait. He addressed all three of them at once, though. He addressed all three of them at once.
I don't think he did.
Alright, cool. So what track come first?
So the Bugsy.
Yeah, the Bugsy and Chip beef was first, where like Bugsy sent for him, and then like Chip took bare long to reply, and then
one take was the first one when he sent.
I think you meant it slow.
What?
He was beefing with.
How did you get there?
Bro, wait.
Listen.
No.
Bro.
Chip had a mixtape called Hot. Chip had a mixtape called Hard Food, and Tiny had something else coming out. He had a mixtape coming up prior to that, and he was dissing Chip on it, calling Pizza Boy. And then that's why Chip replied about Pizza Boy in the later diss about Tiny. So he replied to Tiny about I'm not a Pizza Boy.
The only diss that Chip said something about Tiny was in Michelle Rhythm.
No. He said Pizza Boy.
He said, wait, Fabs, wait, sorry.
Nah, you're getting it.
Fabs, what'd you say?
Fabs, you got to mix up.
What did Fabs say? I can't catch it.
He said he dissed Tiny in Michelle. That's the only thing he dissed him in. He dissed him before that because
he dissed him prior to that still.
Because Tiny was talking about.
He dissed him. Do you know what? Listen. Let me tell you where it is. He dissed him in the Fire in the Booth thing with Charlie Soft. Charlie Soft, that's when he addressed it straight away. That's when he addressed it.
Exactly. No, because he said, who has a song called Pizza Boy? Like
that was in the Fire in the Booth thing. That was in the Fire in the Booth thing.
That's what I'm saying. So he addressed Tiny saying, okay, about Pizza Boy. Because he had a song called Pizza Boy. And he thought he was dissing, Chip thought he was dissing him. And then Chip was releasing Hard Food, a mixtape when it was coming out at the same time. On the mixtape, he released a couple subs at time. Cool. That was done. That was there. Like, Tiny what responded. And then he had a beef with Bugsy. That was going on. There was a bit of subs going on.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
That was time ago.
The timeline's off.
No, the timeline is off, bro. No. Bro, the Bugsy thing, bro. Wait.
Your timeline's off. I can't lie.
Yo, let me say it. Let me talk. 1 second.
Let me say my whole time.
I can't even hear you anymore. Your thing is moving, man.
Let me say it on timeline. So it was a fact.
The earbuds ain't working. What's he doing? What is he doing?
The camera. All right, go on, man.
Luke left.
He can't.
Left.
Oh, he's right back now.
Bro, this guy. I really left the chat.
Make sure he's not in the small bubble in the recording. Because he's.
Hello.
Right, go on.
Alright, cool. So, can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Go on.
Alright, cool. So,
we don't want to hear that whole timeline again, though. We don't want to hear that whole timeline.
No. Here's the chronological order. Tiny released something called he said something about Pizza Boy. Like Chip addressed it. He beefed Bugsy. After Bugsy beefed Young'un. After Young'un, during that Young'un beef, he addressed all three of them.
Oh, no. When did he address all three of them?
I can't even confirm.
No, wait, Rax. When did he address all three of them? What tune?
He had so many. He had.
Nah, bro.
Luke,
Stop. You had your chance. Luke, you just mixed it up. That's all.
Let me talk.
Luke, bro, you're off. I can't even let you talk right now.
You need to do your research.
I went through the whole beef this week. I was sending a link
into the group chat. You need to do your research.
Send it.
After this, we'll give you the. But I'm gonna say it. Rax can say his mine might be different to his, but like I'm sure it might be along the same lines. But you've mixed it up because the Bugsy beef was I can't remember exactly the year, but let's say the Bugsy beef was like 2015. Yeah, Bugsy beef was 2015 because around that, like Bugsy sent for Chip for whatever reason. There was something that happened, and Bugsy just sent for Chip in it, and then Chip took. Remember, Chip took ages to reply. Like he didn't reply straight away, and then he done. I can't remember what the tune was called, but he sent for Bugsy. Like he done a video in the petrol station and all of that, whatever. He done all of that, and then he went on to do a bunch of other like disses for Bugsy. Yeah, cool. And then that beef was. Then obviously they went back and forth for a little bit, whatever, and then that was that beef done. Yeah, cool. By the time the youngin and Tiny beef started, that beef the Bugsy and thingy beef was like just done, like that was finished. Yeah. For that, what I remember of like how that started is that Youngin did a tune called Comfy, and then I think Youngin did a tune called Comfy, and then Chip. Well, that was just like a send at some of that was a send at Chip, because Chip had did a tune before that sending for basically it seemed that he was sending for Youngin, and then did Chip do a diss first? I think Chip did a diss first, and then Youngin did a diss, and Tiny was in it. And that led to Chip doing Michelle Rhythm. And then Michelle Rhythm had obviously the disc for Young and Tiny. Like, so, yeah.
You're correct. That's exactly how it went.
Roughly, right? Yeah, like, you're muted.
Bro, you're muted.
You are muted.
Look.
You missed it for a while as well. What I'm saying, you missed bare songs. No, I just come back to the chat. When I started speaking, I was muted. You missed bare songs out.
We know you were.
You missed bare songs out.
Well, we didn't miss bare songs.
What songs did I miss out?
You missed bare songs out.
You know what we're saying? We're saying that the Bugsy and the Bugsy and the Tiny and Youngin beef are separate beefs. They weren't together at any stage because they were so far apart. Why would they be together? By the time the Youngin and Tiny beef started, like Bugsy and Chip were probably like on cool terms. Like
it was like, I think it was in the same year though. I think it was in the same year. Once when, but they were different tracks. They weren't all simultaneous on one track. They weren't all simultaneous on track. When on Michelle Rhythm, that's when they were all like he addressed all of them kind of thing. But
no, Michelle Rhythm was only Youngin and Tiny.
Young and Tiny.
He says like is dressing Youngin, and I think he's dressing Bugsy as well.
I don't think he was.
Bro, he weren't, bro. That was between him and Youngin. Youngin sent for him, and the reason why Chip sent for Tiny, for Tiny, Mytes is joining. Yo, the spirit has risen. Listen, yeah.
Let me ask Mytes. Mytes.
Yeah.
Chipmunk beef, yeah.
Which one?
Was it?
Which one, my guy? We're separate. Which one, my guy? Tell him. Which one?
So, where was the Youngin, Chipmunk, and who else was he beefing with? Tiny beef, all interlocked, or were they separate?
I swear the Tiny were all interlocked, like because Tiny backed Youngin.
That's what I said.
No, Tiny is yes. No. Mytes. I think Mytes misunderstood. Mytes was Bugsy, Tiny, and Youngin all in the same beef with like? Was it all at one time, or was Bugsy and Chip beefing, and then Youngin and Tiny were beefing?
Ooh. Do you know what it is? It's because of the fact they were so close together. It was literally like a back-to-back fight. Like
that's why it looks confused.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
No, it was. In that year. How was that? Sorry, say that again.
It was like at least 2 years apart. It was at least 2 years apart, bro. It wasn't that.
I don't think so. Because I've got the videos up right now, and I remember the videos. I've got the videos up right now. 4 years ago, that's when Chip jumped one take. Then I remember it went dickhead or something. It went dickhead. No. So that was the Charlie Booth thing. We went to the Charlie and the Booth thing. Oh, let me get that up, man.
That was when the whole that was like the start of the Youngin and Tiny thing, wasn't it?
Correct.
That was the start of that. Yeah.
It wasn't the Young and Tiny. It was straight Tiny. He was straight this and Tiny because
he was straight this and Tiny. But I think the reason why Youngin got involved, the only reason Youngin got involved was because I think it was one take, and I feel like Youngin thought that Chip was sending, so he made a tune called Comfy, which kind of was sending for Chip, and then that kind of sparked the whole thing, innit?
Because Chip said something about I think Chip said something about Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Chip said something about like, oh, Youngin's okay or something like that, something along them lines, not verbatim. He said something that rubbed Youngin the wrong way. Pause, and then and then Youngin released a tune, and I think it was Indirects to Chip, and then Chip released the one take after that.
Okay.
And then after one take, it was a go. Then man went straight beef, back to back.
All right, hold on. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna try to kill this now. Hold on.
We can't play tunes. We can't play tunes right
now. No, I'm not playing it. I'm not gonna play it.
Again, you say you're gonna be around. We'll see who is in the end. So let me show you how we decide for bars, Charlie. Everyone be like, Chipmunk is, you know what I'm saying? So the last line now. Man said, I left the pizza boys that thought I won't deliver again. You say you're going to be around. We'll see who is in the end. So let me show you how we decide for bars, Charlie.
All right, when was that?
In England has a song called Pizza Boy.
When was that?
This is Tiny he's talking about.
No,
he's talking
about Tiny, but when was that? When was
MMT, all that, yeah?
This is 5 years ago. But this is 2015.
Same year as the Youngin.
All right, the youngin.
What's the track that you're saying? That
no. So look,
track?
The thingy disc, the Bugsy disc. So obviously it's closer than it definitely is closer than I thought. But like the Youngin, the Bugsy disc was 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago. Yeah, the Youngin disc came out 4 years ago in February. Yeah, 4 years ago in February.
Yeah.
So obviously that Fire in the Booth thing must have been like what, late December 2000 and...
It was January 2015. 24th January 2015. Exact date.
January, yeah?
January 2015, 24th.
All right, cool. Fair enough, yeah. So then, okay, when was this then? When was this? Oh no, that's not it. That's something else. But yeah, but they were separate though. They weren't the same. They weren't in the same thing though, bro. They weren't in the same thing at all.
We'll do our research.
We'll come back to it.
We'll leave it here, but obviously in the group chat, maybe we'll talk about it and I'll show you that it weren't, because it definitely wasn't. I don't know how you're confusing them. He weren't talking about three of them at the same time. Chip was only sending. The reason why that Michelle Ridden was so sick was because he potentially killed two at the same time. It wasn't free.
Patrick, you don't remember that?
That's
Patrick. Come on, man.
I remember that.
Yeah. The first half was passing Youngin. The second half was Tiny.
Please, listen to this, please.
Patrick.
Well, we'll leave that there, man. But look, hey, man like Mytes has crashed the party. Man like Mytes has crashed the party.
No, because I just found a Reddit time of all the beefs in 2015. That's why.
That's exactly my point. They're all during the same time period.
But they weren't the same though. He was done with that beef. By the time he got to Youngin and Tiny, he was done.
They were done a year later.
They were done. I don't know. Anyway, let's leave it.
Mytes has a quarantine mustache. Wait, one sec. Quarantine.
What's that?
Mytes has the quarantine mustache.
Oh no, this is only like 5 days. Last week I did 2 weeks. Like, and that was kind of long. Yeah, I tried doing quarantine moustache, like, but I was like, nice. Man looks like a 70s porn star. Like.
It's a porn star. Wow. Listen. Anyway, let's look stuff. Fucking what was that?
We're looking the whole thing up, or what?
Yeah, man. We've done enough now.
Yeah, no, we done more than about. We can.
Yo, I Luke, your earphones, them earbuds don't work, my guy. I told you they don't work, my guy. I don't know what that's the earphones or your 5G. I don't know which one it is, but what it is working.
Did you actually touch on that topic, 5G?
No. Yeah, so not fully, but not fully actually. Not what with the coronavirus and that the conspiracy.
That's dumb.
It is dumb in a sense, but also like it is kind of weird how we're on lockdown and now they're putting up 5G towers. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, you gotta sometimes I feel like I gotta link the two. Gotta play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where's Luke gone? Oh, there he is. 5G messing up, Luke. Yeah. What is it? Yeah. So
coronavirus.
No, I quickly obviously before we go, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I mean, what are we saying, lads? Like, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to like maybe since we're at home and we obviously we've got this. It's pretty handy. We can maybe give the people a little bit extra content, so we could do something else with a little more stuff in it because there is a lot to talk about at the moment. There's a lot of stuff. So obviously now man they might want to go to bed. I know man's got work in the morning and that. So
it's Good Friday. Good Friday. You guys should be preparing fish.
Oh shit, you man got Good Friday. Oh yeah. Hey, fuck it then. Quarantine. Hey, listen, we'll split this up then. Unless man's got lotion in time or something like that. I don't know.
No, I'm good.
Lotion and gal and that. I don't know innit, obviously.
Let's stop this and then let's start a new thing because we can't. You know what I mean? It's too long.
All right, cool. We'll lock this and then we'll come back. But obviously, just in case there's something, people. Thank you for listening again. As we said before, hopefully everyone's staying safe. Everyone's staying inside.
Stay at home, kids.
Stay at home, man. Stay at home.
You too, Liz. You too, Nizzle. Don't play that.
Stay at home, man. Stay at home, man. It's the best thing for your families and everyone in it. So, and we'll get out of this thing quicker if you just stay at home, man. So obviously, but we've been the Spare Change podcast. My name's Fabs.
My name's Luke.
And obviously our guest up top there are
Mytes. We're killer Mytes.
It's Instagram all my days. Plug that in, fam.
Instagram all my days. My guy there. Trust me, man. And that's it, man. Listen, we'll be back very soon with more shit. We'll get to it. But yeah, man, people.
Peace. Real safe.